Hello guys, welcome to another video. Just doing this little voiceover for this Nyx portrait. I really wanted to draw her again since I really liked her original design that I gave her when I drew her a few months back. So I wanted to do a little portrait of her. But there's something I really wanted to talk about with you guys that's been on my mind lately, which is motivation when it comes to drawing. Every once in a while I get a question about what keeps you motivated to draw, how do you draw so frequently, how do you keep that motivation up? And so it's been on my mind lately, and I've been thinking about it and doing a lot of study and research on motivation and a lot of reflection about it. And so I thought I would share some of my my thoughts and my findings with you guys, and maybe it will help one of you out. This is obviously a very big topic, and I probably won't touch on every single nugget of information in this short video, but I wanted to talk at least about 2 points that I think are pretty important. So when it comes to motivation and what will actually compel you to take action to, for example, we'll just talk about drawing every day. Say you have a goal that you want to draw every day. So there's basically 2 things that I like to think about when it comes to what will actually get me to do that, to take action and draw every day. And the first thing is figuring out what is actually motivating me. What makes me actually want to draw every day? Is it an internal drive, just something I feel really passionate and compelled to do? It's very important to me. It's how I express myself. It's how I express my emotions or communicate. Is it that kind of drive where it's kind of your calling? It's my calling. Or sometimes is it more external, I need to draw so that I can get good enough to make this piece to get lots of likes on social media, or so that so-and-so will like me, or so that I don't know, I will get compliments, or something more external like that. And finding out what is actually driving you, what makes you actually want it, or do you actually want it? You might find as you do some deep reflection that, oh man, yeah, maybe I don't actually want to do this. Maybe it's actually because my parents wanted it, or something else. Something else might be driving you. You don't know unless you sit down and really think about it and really have that self-reflection. And it might not come to you right away. It probably won't. It is probably something you're going to need to really just pay attention to for a long period of time to understand, what do you truly want? Why do you truly want it? And anyway, so that's the first thing I want to keep in mind. The next thing, which I think might even be more important when it comes to actually getting yourself to take action and have that motivation, and that is figuring out what is stopping you. Basically, what is your resistance and what are you getting out of it? So I know it sounds a little bit weird, but this could be a range of things. Just being honest with yourself, sitting down and saying, okay, what am I doing instead of drawing? Every night when I come home from work, I want to do an hour of drawing, but I don't do it. Why do I not do it? I want to do it so bad, but I just can't get myself to. And it could be something as simple as, well, it's been a long day at work and you have no more energy to get yourself to draw. And so maybe you just need to move the time. Maybe you got to wake up at 30 minutes earlier and get your 30 minutes of drawing in at the beginning of the day instead of the end of the day. It's kind of a similar thing to why people work out in the morning more than they work out at night. So it could be something as simple as that. You can try looking even deeper though, because sometimes it is something deeper. Sometimes we don't draw and we just veg out and watch Netflix or play video games because It's a kind of a mind-numbing activity, and so you might need to do a little bit of like a deeper kind of work and understanding of yourself, as like why do I watch so much Netflix? Why do I play so many video games? Why do I do whatever other, activity to like numb out my emotions? Like, we all have painful experiences, and it's extremely, extremely common to, maybe waste time on social media, video games, Netflix, all that kind of stuff, YouTube, to just kind of avoid thinking and avoid maybe emotions or experiences that come up. I mean, getting a little bit personal, sometimes when I am drawing without any distractions, some of my own past like painful memories and experiences will come up, and it's really uncomfortable. That's why a lot of the times I will try and avoid that by putting on something like a podcast, even though that kind of can distract my attention a little bit from the actual artwork. It's something that I'm personally working on, trying to be more comfortable with sitting in that discomfort. I guess this is getting a little bit zen on you guys, but I hope you're okay with that. But there could be like kind of a bit deeper thing, like what good thing are you getting out of doing whatever activity you're doing instead of drawing? Because knowing that can help you kind of sit and evaluate a little bit better and be more honest with yourself about it. So those are the two main things: knowing what is actually, why you want it, what motivates you, and what your resistances are, what's getting in the way. Because here's the thing, when it comes to like oomph, the motivation or the drive to actually do the thing, you only have so much in a day. We all only have so much. There's only so much powering through you can do before you burn out. And so if you are hitting the limit and still not able to make it through, or maybe you are making it through, maybe you're powering through like, an animal. The problem with that is if you have a lot of resistance, you're gonna burn out. So what you actually need to start working on, if you're at that point, is reducing the resistance. Basically, make the hill you gotta climb a smaller hill, if that analogy makes sense. Make your hill smaller so that it's not as difficult to get yourself to do your goal, whatever your goal is, in this case, drawing every day. So on the more practical side of things, something that I have found makes it a little bit easier to get started, because often getting started is the hardest part. So trying to reduce the height of that hill, reduce the resistance. If you are really struggling to get going for the night, just commit to make your task smaller. Make it smaller. Make it bite-sized. Take your goal and divide it in half, and then divide it in half again. So instead of maybe tonight you're so tired you don't want to draw. Okay, fine. That's okay. Instead of drawing for 30 minutes like you originally had planned, take it in half. That would be 15. Take it in half, and that's, I don't know, what's half of 15? It's like 6-7 minutes? I don't know. Make it 6 minutes. 6 minutes of drawing. Sit down, you can do a 6-minute drawing. That's fine. And guess what will happen? Probably what will happen is that you will reach 6 minutes of drawing and you will just keep going. It's happened to me so many times where it's like, oh, I don't really want to draw today. I'll just sit down and do just a doodle. And guess what? I end up doing a painting. It's just kind of it's a trick. It's a trick to get yourself going and doing it. But it works. Not all the time, but a lot of the times it does. And of course, I want to remind you to be kind to yourself. A lot of the times we sit and beat ourselves up for not doing what should we doing or not doing it perfectly. But the problem is that kind of negative motivation is just not sustainable in the long term, and it will make you miserable and it will make you hate art. And that's the opposite of what you need when it comes to creative work. Those negative motivations, they can keep you going. Don't get me wrong, they can keep you going for a while. Like, I've experienced this firsthand. But the problem is that they don't last forever. You will be miserable. You will start not liking art anymore, and you could burn yourself out. So that's why, you know, sometimes you're not going to be perfect, and that's okay. It's part of the process. Nobody is perfect. Nobody well, maybe there's someone who draws every day, but you know, they have maybe become enlightened or something. I don't know. Sometimes you need a night off, okay? Sometimes you need a night off, and that is totally okay. You are still a good human for even when you are not being productive. So I don't know if this helped at all. It got a little zen, but it's been on my mind lately, and maybe someone out there will relate. Anyway, have a wonderful day, you guys. I hope you like the new artwork. I have some more art in the works, as always. Working on the Fates right now. It's a little bit of a larger piece since it has 3 figures in it, but I am excited for it, and I will talk to you guys soon. Bye!